Let's go, girls. Come on.
Hey guys, I'm back. So today is August 14th, 2014. I think one of my subscribers today's birthday today. I think her and I were just talking about that. We are on FlossTube 25 or 25, depending on where you're from. And let's see. I write down all of what I do on a daily basis, stitchy-wise. So when I do things like Arbitrary August, I know exactly what I've worked on and when. So Wednesday, when I ended with you all, I think I said that my wheel chose Dragonkin. I don't know if I showed it though. So, it's off the Q snap. Try not to kiss my projects. And for Stitch Mania, I decided instead of doing the typical start a project for, depending on how you did it. I think most people did 19 projects because it's 2019. I did page finishes. So I started this. So I had, I think, up until here done, and then I worked the rest of the way down for Wednesday. It says I got, maybe not. I did not get that much done. I only got 237 stitches done on Wednesday. So I'm assuming I filled in something somewhere over somewhere in here. But this is page 6, I think? 6 or 7. But that's where I'm at on that. I love the way it looks when you pull it really far away. Doesn't look so good up close, but that's alright. So, and this is 18 count Ada Easy Guide that I purchased the whole kit from Heaven and Earth Designs, and I can't remember how this folds, but that's alright. Something like that will do. There we go. So yeah, for this one and my other big one, I purchased the whole kit. So the Easy Guide, 18 count Ada, and all of the threads came with, and the pattern of course, came with it. So there's that. That's what I did on Wednesday. On Thursday, so I can say today that I'm super excited because today marks my halfway point, which for me means that all of my projects, minus like the Christmas stuff, because I'm not going to count all 31 projects as individual projects, if that makes sense. I'm counting all of my Christmas ornaments as one whip. So as of today, all of my projects have been touched at least once. So starting tomorrow, I start the wheel over again, and all of these projects will get touched again. And then I think I have 3 days left at the end of the month where I can kind of either pick and choose my own whip or start something new. I have a feeling I'm going to start something new. Let's see, Thursday was Snow White and Cottage, which is this one. I can do this without the glare. There we go. So one of the Thomas Kincaid Disney collections. And let me pull this out of there. I did 622 stitches on this one. Now this one I actually, when I first started this, I didn't know about the whole you could grid your own fabric and things like that. And so of course I've learned a few things since then. So I was able to grid. This is where I had started, and this is what I had completed on Thursday. All of this right here. So I'm a lot more confident in my counting when I have all the assistance I can get. So I grid everything, especially if it's full coverage. So I think this is, yep, says 18 count 100% cotton Ada cloth. So I'm just using what came in the kit. And I'll put this guy back in there so that way I don't lose it, and that way it can go back into my rotation starting tomorrow. So there's that guy. So 622 stitches on that, which I thought was actually pretty impressive. I think I did good. Here's the one that doesn't like me. This is my Magnificent Wizard. It is the Gold Collection by Dimensions. This is the project that literally started it all for me. I was pregnant with Jonah, just in case you don't know the backstory. I was pregnant with Jonah, and the way it worked out, I had to use like all of my sick time before I could do my maternity leave. I ended up getting like 3 months off. And never having an infant before, because my older daughters, of course, were obviously older when I became their stepmom, I didn't really know what it was like to have an infant. And everyone's like, oh, don't worry, they sleep a lot, and you'll have so much time on your hands that you're not going to know what to do with yourself. So I thought, okay, let me just pick up this kit. It seems small. I can get this done, right? If only I had met you all 10 years ago. This is officially my oldest whip. And again, with the gridding, now that I know how to do that, I went through and I gridded the entire thing. And now, it's not so scary anymore. Whereas before, I would hesitate to work on this thing because there's half stitches, quarter stitches, full crosses, and I didn't know what I was doing. Before I started FlossTube, I literally had, let me see if I can fold this in half. Let's not get crazy here. I think like 6 stitches in here done. Or over here. Something like that. Because I didn't know what I was doing, and by the time I got those 6 stitches in, I was like, this is ridiculous. Who's got this kind of time? I do now. My kids are a little more grown, they're a little more self-sufficient. So I got 232 stitches done, and it was all in through here. That's what I worked on. So there's a good chance when the hubby's watching and editing and there's cat fur all over it, and I just, sorry, that was gonna bug me. It was right on my lip. Okay, so when the hubby's editing this and watching, there's a good chance that this might get done in my lifetime now. Because I can grid, and I can count-ish. That's still debatable. But it got progress. So, and then, like I was saying last week, my thing is I always fall in love with Arbitrary August. I'm like, why did I ever stop? Everything gets worked on. And I'm falling in love with it again now, where I'm like, if I at least touch it twice a month, I can get progress done. We'll see what happens. My next project was this one, which is also another one that I picked up that I want to do for the hubby. It is called Bake Everything with Love. It's an artiste kit. Train of thought just left me. Hobby Lobby. There we go. That's where I got it from. So I'm pretty sure it was on clearance, where they were like 50% off or something like that. And this is the one where, again, I was learning and I did a big boo-boo. I didn't count right. So where you see this blue right here, I originally had this red border up against it. Because I can't do math. And I measured it 50 million times and still got it wrong. And I used pen to mark where I thought the original was to where the actual original is, because I didn't know about water-soluble stuff and pencils that you can erase, or friction pens, or I didn't know about any of that. And of course my luck is that my pen mark is right where the white space is. You know what? I'm not even gonna fret about it. All I got done was this little blue section here. All this has to be frogged. So I had to frog this area. I still have to frog this area. I frogged this section like 5 times, which was very aggravating. But I got a whopping 109 stitches done. I don't think it's fair to count my frogging. I think I should be allowed to, though, because I'm pretty sure if I counted my frogging, it would have been like 300 stitches. I'm just saying. So that was the next one. And then after Bake Everything, my Christmas wheel came up. And the one that came up, I have to hold it back here so you guys can't really see it, but you can kind of see it. is this guy right here with the gingerbread and the North Pole. Because there's no pictures, so I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see. Oh yeah, you can see it okay. You can see I got the white envelope done, and I'm probably gonna backstitch the white envelope so it pops out a little more. But I got the entire envelope done, and so now I have to do the little postage stamp, his hands, and then the little detail around his face. And for this one, I got 293 stitches done. So, progress made on that. Why does this look weird? Oh, because I have the back page. Okay. So there's that one. And in case any of you are wondering, it came from this magazine right here, which is The World of Cross Stitching. I never know what episode? No, what there's a word for it, and again, the train keeps leaving without me. What issue it is. I don't know if these ones have an issue number on them. World of Cross Stitching, barcode. I don't see one, but this is what it looks like. So, there's that. So that was my Christmas wheel. That came up, and now we're on to Monday, which was Mother of Dragons, which is my other BAP. This is the one that we did for the Stitch With Me. I am on page 3. I folded this weird, I think. You ever look at your fabric and then your heart starts skipping a beat a little bit, going, is my orientation right? I'm pretty sure my orientation is correct. Anyways, this is where we're at. This is the one where it looks like Khaleesi is holding the baby dragon. This is what we started up here. And I don't know if you can see all my skip stitches everywhere, but that's where I got to by the end of the day. So again, progress on this one. Oh geez. I didn't fold it weird. I tried to follow how they folded it, I think is what happened. Okay, so there's that one. Mother of Dragon. And for her, I got 662 stitches done, which is fantastic. And then my last one, this one is for me, because if you've watched any of my videos, you know that technology and I do not get along. So this is how I feel about my laptop sometimes. This is called Technology Meltdown by Heaven and Earth Designs. And I put in 546 stitches yesterday. I am confused. Okay, here we go. Now this one, everything else has been pretty much 18 count, except for maybe the ornament. The ornament might be 14. And I'm pretty sure Magnificent Wizard is on for 18 count. Not that I can tell because I don't know where the instructions are. I'm pretty sure it's 18 count Black Ada. This one doesn't tell me anything either. I think I may have just showed you all the pattern, but I'm pretty sure my fabric is enough to cover that up, so it's fine. Please don't fall. This is completely new for me, and I did a poll on my Instagram on how do I go about doing this, and everybody voted 1/1. This is my first time doing 1/1. This is my first time working on 25 count anything, and I believe this is an even weave. Even weave is like Ada, right? Where it's all, linen is where it's a little slubby. Don't quote me. So this is what I'm working on, and I don't know if you can see all the light blue in here. That light color is what I completed yesterday. And I have my little threads because I'm learning how to do the, not the pin stitch to start because I'm still not too confident in that. Where did you come from? Pretty sure that was Dragonkin. That looks like a Dragonkin color. Okay. Sorry. I had thread that came out of nowhere. Somebody is yelling at me right now because they know what I was just talking about, and pin stitch. So I don't know how to do the pin stitch to start because I've tried it and I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I can still pull my thread all the way through. So I still do the start from the back and then work my way up to the front to start stitching, but I do like the pin stitch to finish a thread on the 1/1. So that's what all these little pieces are hanging out. So I don't cut them off until all 4 parts of the square have been used, if that makes sense. So once all, no, how do I explain this? How do I explain the thought process? Okay, so you have your four holes, right? If I have a thread coming through here, and let's say I have this stitch done, the stitch above it done, and the stitch to the left of it done, but the stitch next to it is not complete, I wait until that stitch is complete, so all 4 threads that are supposed to go in that one hole are complete before I snip. And the reason why I do that is because the first time I didn't do that, I had to go into that hole, and I got a little nervous because I pushed the thread that I snipped out, and I was afraid that was going to make it loose and then it was going to start falling apart, and I panicked. I panic a little easily. So now I just leave whatever little threads there until all 4 stitches around have been used in that specific hole so I can snip, because then I know nothing else is going to go into it because there's no back stitching or anything like that. So there's that. And this one is specifically for me, which makes me very happy. I love the colors in it, because this is working right up in here. So where these little leaves are in the book, right in this corner here. This one's not too little either. It's 525 by 303, so it's not that much smaller than my Dragonkin is my largest. Mother of Dragons is next one down. Yes. So not much bigger, or not much smaller, because I think she's 700 by 466 or something like that. Okay, so Technology Meltdown was yesterday. I got 546 stitches. Today is my other project that I'm like, and let me explain the why. So this project is the Haunted Mansion cell from last year from Tiny Modernist. And all the rooms are obviously done now. This is over. I just haven't printed out that sheet. But with this project, it was my very first time using linen. Yes. Whoops. And I'm working on it right now. Let me just take it out of the hoop. I'm working on the moon section right now, which is up at the top, because I just haven't figured out how I'm going to fix the bottom. So I know what happened, I just don't know where it happened, if that makes sense. So this is on Lakeside. Oh, I did not save the thingamajiggy. Did I not? Let's see. Go to the notebook. And Haunted Mansion. So Haunted Mansion is on, that's Dragonkin, just kidding. It's called Limited Run by Lakeside Linen, and it's on a 32 count, and I'm doing 2/2. I did not get very far because I started getting really frustrated with it. Okay, you know what? Let's just hold it back here. I started getting really frustrated with it. Right here where this yellow is, that's what I worked on this morning before I started the video. Everything else was already there. But, let me explain. Well, I don't seem to be very good at explaining things, but I will try my bestest. So, somewhere, wait. This one is lining up fine. These 3, I'm gonna sneeze, I'm sorry. Might have to ask the husband to edit that out. I hate my sneeze. Anyways. These ones all line up. This one here lines up except for, I think, the bottom stitch. But I don't like the way my stitches are lying. Can you see that? They look, oh, now it's not gonna. Linda, you were doing so well. Linda, wakey wakey. No? What the heck? Okay, so I had my husband go through and fix some settings. Whoa, that's way worse. No? Come on, Linda, you can do it. I believe in you. Okay. All of my stitches in here are wonky as crud. Like, it looks okay up here, and then I don't know what happened there, and then it looks alright, and then something happened, and then down here, I'm off by a thread. So, are we okay, Linda? Okay. And then over here on these two, they line up fine up here, but down here, I'm off by a thread. But I don't know if it's to the left or to the right. I don't know if it's because all of this up here is off, causing, so this and this are technically not lined up, which is causing issues with here. I looked at it this morning and went, you know what? When I hold it from back here, and you're looking at it from this distance, are you really going to know it's off by one thread? I don't think so. Unless you're a stitcher and you know what to look for. But as a stitcher, I highly doubt you would critique me and be like, dude, this is all wrong. Because you know. You just know. You get it. And if anybody who's not a stitcher says something and goes, this looks off, I'm just going to tell them, stop looking at it. You don't like the way it looks? Don't look at it. Maybe I did it on purpose. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. So, there's that. This is what I'm working on today because I'm just gonna not let it continue to irritate and bother me because then I'll never finish it. And I really love the project itself, so I do want to finish it. And I don't know if you guys can see my thumb. Can you guys see my thumb? Right? No. Linda. Right there. I decided to take a chunk out of my finger with the corner of one of these. I don't know how it happened. I went to pull something out because I was working on something, and it scratched the bejesus out of me. And now, every time I look at it, I hit it on something. Because, you know, that's Murphy's Law. It's not. But it's close enough. It might as well be. So, now I keep jabbing my finger on anything and everything. And it stings like dickens. Okay. So that's all the stitchy stuff out of the way, I think. Is that everything? Pretty sure that's everything. There's a chart right there that I just realized. I don't think y'all can see that far. It's fine. Y'all know what project it's for. Fine. Yeah, so Haunted Mansion Sale, that's what I'm working on. What else is going on? The Boy won VP. Listen, Linda. My son won vice president. So super excited for him. So super proud of him. Today is his, like, well, last week should have been his first meeting. Although he didn't know he had president yet, I don't think. Or vice president yet, I don't think. This week will be his first week as vice president. So he's, like, nervous and super hyped up and super excited and all the fun things. And so I'm so proud of him. I just saw this. This is going to be my new start. I'm just going to do it. It's called, I think it's called I Remember from Heaven and Earth Designs when they had their sale, 50% off. I went ahead and bought it because it just, there's something about it that just reminded me of my mom. So it's going to be in honor of my mom that I'm stitching this project. And this is the fabric that I'm going to use. It was my, what's that called? Fabric of the month. Yeah. So, and it's called Havana, and it's on 18 count. It's beautiful. So there's that. And I also got our fabrics, since those are still hanging out. My nose is running all of a sudden, because you know what? I love the smell of fresh cut grass, but it does not like me. Let's see if I can get these colors to show up. Like I said, my husband went through and played with the settings on my camera, so hopefully it's actually pretty true. It's called Lima Bean. Might be a little bit more greener than what you're seeing, but not by much. Not by much. I need to put that with my dragon. Let me just set that right there on top so I don't forget. This one is called Pine Tree. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed right at the moment. It could also be my lighting. This one's called Fig. That one's showing up a little more like pinkish than it should be. Because that's not really pink. That's more of a... Why are browns and golds so hard? It's like a brownish gold color. Maybe with a hint of purple, but there's no pink in there. Nope, didn't help. I tried. Didn't do a thing. This one's called Cleopatra. That one's true. That one's actually really true. I'm pretty impressed with that. I don't know if you guys can see the color variegation in there. Sunburst. Love that. Mojave. Now see, that one's pretty true. And that's a brownish color. Odd. Sandcastle. Caramel apple. Now it's coming up a little bit brighter than it should be. It's more... No? No? We'll run with it. But you can see variegation through it, which I like a lot. Mediterranean. That one's pretty true. Looks a little bit brighter on the screen, but not by much. And this one might be hard to see, but this one's called Buttermints. And I love that color. Let's see if I can get it just not... Linda, don't focus on my face. Linda. Aha. Yeah, that's actually pretty true. Okay. I used the AF.L button. I don't know what that means, but it worked. So I will take it. So those were my of the month clubs for my fabric and my threads. I don't have one out. This doesn't really give you any information on anything. But these are my nail sets for the week. This one is called Pineapple Paradise. Super cute. There we go. Oh, look at that. It stayed in focus. Like I said, my husband went through and did some things on the thing. So hopefully it's all good. What else do I have? I don't write notes. I've seriously considered starting, but then I just wouldn't be me. It just wouldn't be my video if I had notes. Subscription box, still going. Still accepting people's. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to have a limit on it. I only have 2 people right now. So obviously I'm not like overwhelmed and over panicked. So yeah, I don't, because I know some people obviously, especially if they're handmade, they'll do like a maximum words. Why are words so hard? A maximum amount of people that they let into the club, I guess is what I'm trying to say. There was a word specifically that I was looking for. It's gone. It's fine. So yeah, I have 2 people in the club right now, or in the subscription box right now, and fobs. Oh, that was my shoulder. Scissor fobs on Friday. I will be working on. I did receive a message from one of the recipients, and she is the one who received Bell. She loves it. I'm so glad. So glad. That makes, when somebody else says, hey, I got blah, 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 and this makes me so happy, it just makes my heart so happy, if that makes sense. So this is the mermaid tail. Camera's over that way. Mermaid tail that I'll be working on Friday, and trying to get 2 done at a time because I have all this stuff out. I might as well keep going. Another young lady requested Hello Kitty. Now this was the only Hello Kitty charm I could find, so I'm gonna have to talk to her and find out if she's still interested in it. I'm still gonna go ahead and make the fob somehow. I mean, it's awfully an itty bitty little charm, but I mean the buttons are no really that different, right? yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and make the fob and then, of course, contact her. And if she's interested, I will send it her way. So those are the 2 fobs that I'm planning on to work on Friday. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 more to go after that. Oops. So there's that. So yeah, if I have any requests for scissor fobs, I'm writing them down in that little notebook and putting them in the order received, so that way it just kind of goes smoothly. I feel like I'm forgetting something per the usual because I don't do notes, and I can't think of what it is or what it was or any of the sort. Yeah, I got nothing. I can't remember what we were talking about. I mean, I know we were talking about the scissor fobs. This is what it's like to hang out with me, people. Random. Because I literally can't remember. Talked about the stitching. Now I can't even remember what I talked about. Talked about the stitching. The Arbitrary August. I would tell you my plans, but the plan is to spin the wheel, so I don't know what's coming tomorrow. Talking about restarting the wheel. Possibly a new start at the end of the month. The boy got VP. The mess up on my haunted mansion. Talked about that. My nails, which segued into the subscription box, which went into the scissor fobs. I think that's it. I think I've covered all my bases. Pretty sure. So yeah, I've had some people ask me what I'm talking about when I say scissor fobs. So this is my scissor fob. She's huge and she's chunky, and my fairy keeps falling over, so I might have to put a little thing on the top of her, but this is my scissor fob, and it just clips right onto your scissors. And that way you always know where they are, literally, because you can hear them, you can feel them. Plus, if you put them in a bag, it's a lot safer to grab this huge chunk than trying to look for these itty bitty things. Because I've stabbed myself a few times, it's not fun. So there's that. Talked about, oh yeah, my fabric of the month, thread of the month. Talked about those. Yeah, I think that's it. Pretty sure that's it. So on that note, I will bid you adieu, stay random, and don't kiss your projects. I'll see you guys next time.